Hi, my name is Catherine and I work for the First Colony Branch Library. Today we are setting up our bullet journal for the new year. So go ahead and grab your journal, grab some pens and some markers, and let's get started. Here are the supplies that I used in this video. I used a brand new notebook from Archer & Olive, some pens, and a pencil. The first spread that we're going to make is a dot grid spacing guide. This is great for trying to figure out how large or small you should make things. It's also very helpful when trying to figure out how much space to put in between boxes when creating a spread. As you can see, I separate the lines out by fourths, thirds, and halves to figure out how much space is in between each box. For example, if I wanted to set up my boxes where they're in fourths down the page, I would draw out 9 spaces, skip the 10th, and then draw out another 9 spaces, as shown here. Once you get a hang of using it, it's really helpful, and I find that it's extremely helpful to put it on the left side of the journal in one of the first pages, so you can flip back to it really easily. The next page is going to be our quote page. I decided to use the quote, "Create the life you want to live." I think that the quote at the beginning of the year really sets the tone for the rest of the year, and I'm a very creative person that looks forward to what each day brings. I used some faux calligraphy and other lettering, and I found inspiration for this image on Pinterest, which is a great resource. Again, I think putting a quote page at the beginning of the journal in an area that you know you're going to flip back to because of the dot grid space guide is a great idea. The next spread we're going to make is a future log or a year at a glance. This is a great way to look at the whole year ahead of time and write down important events that you want to make note of. I've done a lot of future logs and years at a glance in each of my journals, but this is the style I chose this time. I decided to write out each day of the year, and assuming that only one event will happen each day, I'll write it in. I also didn't include the entire year because I've been known to use about 4 journals a year, so I really only went until June. I had a lot of fun with the lettering in this one, where I made some boxed letters that I honestly plan on coloring in as I go to make that 3D effect. I highly suggest starting off your year in your bullet journal with black and white, monochrome, simple tones, because you really want to be creative for the rest of the year, which is where all the colors will shine through. But at the beginning, you want to keep it consistent and simple, so that way it's not too overwhelming, and again, it just sets an easy, light tone for the rest of the year. This next spread is a financial tracker. I wanted to keep track of my savings, my wants, and my needs throughout the year. I've talked about financial trackers in the past, and I do think it's really important to see where your money is going and where you want it to go. This spread is really straightforward. I'm just going to make a list every time I deposit something into my savings and keep track of the total, as well as make a wants versus needs list of different items I would like to purchase and their prices. And that's it. That's my bullet journal setup for the new year. I wanted to keep it simple and not do too many spreads at the beginning of the year, but instead incorporate them in my monthly spreads. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in bullet journaling and want to learn more, I do have a couple of bullet journal videos on our Fort Bend County Library's Adult Programs page, including an introduction to bullet journaling. We also have many other virtual programs for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time.